Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the stream. I got a new one for us today, a new game. I realized the other day, now that I have the capture card, I was like, oh, I've got the NES and Super NES Classic Editions. Why don't I stream something from those? So I was thinking, okay, well what do I want to stream? I thought of, oh, how about the Legend of Zelda? I've only played this game once. I thought it'd be cool to do it on stream. So, yeah. We're gonna do that. And if there's any other games on this that you might like to see me play that aren't on NES Online, hello Elfie, and hello Abyss. Let me know and I can stream it. Because if it's on NES Online, then I probably want to stream it on that, and probably with a co-host if it's multiplayer, because obviously I can only play these by myself. But yeah. Although I guess this is also on NES Online, isn't it? So I don't know what I'm talking about. if it's not on NES Online, or if it's not on NES Online, but it's not multi... What am I trying to say here? Great way to start the stream off, confusing myself. If it is not multiplayer, then I'll play it on here. Basically. What are you talking about here, Biss? So there's a sci-fi show on Netflix, a serious one, and in one episode the crew get infected with an airborne alien virus, which makes your nervous system fall out. But was that all? But they find out gamma rays kill the virus, so the entire crew stand near a window while flying by a huge star and get blasted with gamma rays to the point where they're in pain. And now they're okay? Cured? Fine? That reminds me almost exactly of the Star Trek original series episode that we just watched, which was, please look up the manual for details. Which was, they went onto this planet, and there's these weird alien creatures. We're just gonna be boring and do Link. So there's these weird alien creatures, right? They cause you to just go insane, basically. Like you're in pain and screaming and just being weird. And then, it's just like excruciating pain, makes you go mad. I think there was some reason for it, like there was some purpose to this. And then you just die eventually. You die because it's so painful. And, how do you control this? Okay, there you go. Old game, kind of confusing. So anyway, so there's these weird creatures, they make you go insane. Spock gets infected with it, but because he's a Vulcan, he's like, he can like not have the effects of it, right? And so he's like, well, I'm already infected with it, I'm gonna go down on the planet and try and like figure out what's going on, like research them better or something like that. But anyway, in the end they discover, or like, I think it was just Captain Kirk himself, like none of the scientists or anything. Captain Kirk's like, well wait, weren't the creatures like in the shadow? Maybe they don't like light, why don't we just blast them with light? And they're like, oh, okay. So then they get the creatures, they just put a lot of light on them. And then they die. And then they're like, well, we gotta test it on a person. Because we don't know if it works when they're infected, or if, you know, or if it just worked in this condition. And so Spock is like, well, test it on me. And then he ends up going blind because there's so much light. And then right afterwards, Dr. McCoy is like, oh, whoops, I guess I forgot that we didn't maybe need to use all the wavelengths of light, and we could have just used this one, and you wouldn't have gone blind with that one. So like, whoops, I guess he's blind now. But yeah, anyway, it worked. It just happens to work, and they fix everyone on the planet. And then at the end of the episode, it all wraps up nicely because it turns out, oh, Spock's half Vulcan, so that means his eyes are really strong, and so the blindness was only temporary. Meet the old man at the grave. So that... there you go. And then McCoy says something, I think, like, vaguely insulting about Spock. And then Spock's like, I heard that, and makes a little face. And they're like, oh no. He's like, you were so worried about his Vulcan eyesight, you forgot about his Vulcan hearing. So it just ends with just comedy. Oh, and in this episode, like, so I'm talking about how like silly it is, and like it ends with like comedy. I was reminded because you were saying this was supposed to be serious. Like in this episode, also Captain Kirk's like family dies, like his brother and his brother's wife die because of this. So. Speaking of dying, I'm probably going to die. This is how I am with Zelda games, even when I'm not trying to talk about stuff, is I just... This isn't just my experience with this Zelda game, this is all of them. I take so much... I don't know how to not take damage in Zelda games, okay? That's the crux of it. So, expect a lot of that. I think I remember where the first dungeon is. Group laughs fade to black. Oh, don't worry, it's okay. Spock's half Vulcan, so he gets off with tax fraud. Oh, sorry, Spock, I forgot I didn't need to blind you, basically. All you remember about this game is pay me for the door repair charge. They had that in Link's Awakening as well, I remember. Or not Link's, I think it was the Oracle games, because the Oracle games are supposed to be a remake of this game, so I think that's why those had it. If I recall correctly. You've played Link to the Past in Between Worlds. I'm planning to play Link to the Past as well. On the Super NES Classic. Oh yeah, so reasoning basically for playing games on this versus the Switch is just that I get the nice NES controller. The one that I don't have to pay $60 for. Because I already have it. And it was a lot cheaper. I think it was like $60 for this whole console with the controller. The Oracle games originally were. They didn't, like, if you play, which one was it? Oracle of Seasons? There's a ton of stuff from the original, like the bosses are mostly just from the original Zelda. This game. And there's various other little nods. But then eventually at some point in development they were like, let's just make these their own games. Because apparently that was like easier or something like that. Also it was meant to be 3 games, but they cut it down to 2. You can see the remnants of the Zelda remake in it. So there's quite a, like, so you remember when the NES Classic Edition came out, right? How difficult it was to get? We had quite the story of getting this. Because the first day that it was out... pooping. We were just gonna go, like, the moment the stores opened or whatever, and get it. Although I think we were a little later than that. Well, actually, no, we didn't go right when they opened, because we didn't think we needed to. It was like, oh, it's just this thing. It's not gonna be the most popular thing or whatever. And then we go, all the stores we go to, or we went to a couple places, neither of them had it. And then I look online, and nowhere within like 100 miles has it. And I'm like, well, what's going on? And then the reports start coming in, oh, stores only got like 4 each. So, So that was a thing. And then they continued to, like, they shipped out more, but it was only like 2, 3, 4 at a time. So we had just one store, we were going there, like, every day for, what, like a week? Just at the beginning of the, or not every day, we were just going there, we found out when they get shipments in of stuff. And we're going there the moment it opened, when they got shipments in, and then they'd like not have them, or like somebody would beat us, and we get like the only one. And then finally we get there. There was one person ahead of us. We were so like nerve-wracked, but then they had like 4 of them. So we managed to get the second out of 4. So yeah, I've only played. I've played through this game twice. I played through the regular mode, which I'm playing now, and I played through the master mode on the 3DS Virtual Console. And I used a map both times. There we go. I remember this is the only dungeon I remember how to get to because it's just out in the open. Well, it turns out it wasn't artificial scarcity. Nintendo just really underestimated how much people would want it. They really underestimated what the demand for it would be. Because they opened up new factories to make it after this happened. They were like, oh crap, I guess we need to make more of these. But, I really struggle with Zelda, okay? They also opened up new factories for the Switch as well. They made 2 million. They were like, okay, we're gonna make 2 million Switches. That's gonna be more than enough, right? That's more than we made for the Wii U when that came out. When the Wii U came out, like we didn't sell all of them. Like we made too many. So like, okay, we're gonna make more than we made for the Wii U when it launched. And then the 2 million like sell out instantly, and they're like, oh crap, again. so they got new factories to make the Switch, and then started like shipping them by airplane, which is unusual as well. They're like yeah, and then they said that the NES Classic was supposed to only be like a limited time thing, but then they really extended it for a long time. Like it was only supposed to be for like a holiday thing that year, and then they realized how popular it was, and then they kept producing it for a lot longer. To-do. Like, I didn't think the NES Classic Edition was going to do that well. However, I then did expect it to happen with the Super NES Classic Edition. However, it was less bad with, like, they learned their lesson a little bit with that one. It was less bad. Poop. But we did go there the day... We went to the store the day it came out, right in the morning, right when it was there. And there was, like, a line of people. We weren't the first ones there, like, people knew. And we were going to a store that isn't usually, like, associated with having, like, video game stuff. So that's how we managed to get it, like, sneak in the other times. But with that one, yeah, I think they had, like, 12 of them. And we, like, got, like, second to last one. Like, we were really lucky because there was, like, people behind us in line who were, like, leaving because they were out of them. And also the retailer people knew that that was what people were there for, and they didn't even bother putting them out on display. They just had them, they had the cardboard box that they were shipped in, they opened it up and just had it at the counter and were just handing them out to people. Yeah, so it's not... I'm gonna say, it's not just that this game is hard, like, this is how I am playing any Zelda game, and this is, like, why I feel like I'm bad at Zelda games. Because people do, like, no damage runs, or, like, no death runs, and I have never even come anything close to that. I don't... like... I have no idea how to do that. I know the Super NES Classic Edition is like a little more powerful than the NES Classic Edition, just based on like what people were able to run on it. Not that there was any real reason for that, because like the NES Classic Edition already could run most of what the Super NES one could run, so it's really overpowered. So I'm not sure why, but it's like way more powerful than it needs to be. Alright, I got bombed now. I'll probably bomb this wall. Yeah, I'm smart. Alright, I'm getting the hang of it a little bit here. No, that wall doesn't bomb. Can't bomb that one. Oh, these things make you not be able to use sword. Ouch. Anytime there's a blank wall, you gotta bomb it. Oh, boss time already. Mini-boss. This is mid-boss, I think. Oh, poop. Yeah, because the main boss is a dragon. Yeah, the Super NES Classic Edition is a different board from this one. You wish the dungeons in Breath of the Wild had been more like this? Just an environment with enemies and keys and secrets. And physics puzzles? Or one enemy that you fight? There's a minor board revision, but the guts are still the same. I just remember that people were able to make the Super NES Classic Edition run some different things that the NES Classic Edition didn't run as well. Puzzle is a very generous word. What do you mean by that? Oh, there's the map. Oh yeah, I forgot what this... I forgot about the shape of this dungeon. Hmst. Oh yeah. The very... oh, pooping. Very concerning shape of the dungeon. Firmware might be a bit more optimized. Stinking buttholes. Well, one thing I will say for both the NES and Super NES Classic Edition is that they got me to play a lot of games that I otherwise never would have played or been interested to play. Isn't there a dungeon that's super insensitively laid out? Yeah, it's this one. Look at the map. It's it's the first one you go to is that one. That's a big oops. Yeah. It's not the first map? Well, yeah, it does say level 3. You know, I never noticed that. I always do... This is always the one I do first. Have I played this game out of order when I've played it in the past? Because I always just find this dungeon first and just go, you just head right in. Have I played this game out of... Do I play Zelda out of order? Because I recognized it, like that's the place. This is the dungeon I always go to first. I just don't know what I'm doing. Oh, stinking! Is that why I'm getting my butt handed to me in here? Well, bombs are good for this thing. Well, they would be good. I was thinking, like, I can never remember which way it's supposed to go. So I figured, well, maybe it's like backwards. So people often like apparently a lot of people don't know which way it goes because it often is accidentally backwards. Yeah, it's not that I'm in the wrong dungeon, it's not that the game is very hard. It is just that this is just how it goes when I play Zelda. Like, I've been playing Zelda for years now, and I haven't ever gotten any better at it for some reason. And not dying a billion times. So that's kind of what this stream is going to be. Oh my god. Heavy Rain prequel. Oh, there was no way out of that one. It's weird seeing Link stab instead of slash. Yeah, true. You have to kind of get used to your attack being kind of piddly in this one if you've played the other ones more recently. He also just stabs in Zelda 2. Oh! 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 Oh, okay, that was good. There we go. You slash by rotating your entire... For a second I thought you were just saying rotating your entire ass. Your ass body. You move your whole ass's body. The whole body of your ass. Rotate. Well, that was a mistake. Well, neither of those worked, so I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Can I block those with the shield? No, I cannot. Well, the slowdown helps. The fact that the game lags is helpful. Need a better shield for that. No, the bombs worked on it earlier, remember? I like killed 2 of the heads in one go with a bomb earlier. But I missed. This time. I was gonna try and just kill it with bombs, but I'm not good enough for that. The bomb was very effective. No wonder it's not pulling any punches. Like I said, this is the only dungeon I know how to find. This is the one I always end up doing first, I think. I remember this. I never noticed that it was level 3 until you pointed it out, not even when I was playing it by myself. Because it's just the one I find, so I think it's the first one. No, now I'm determined to do this one. We're not going to level 1 now. Unless I get to a point where it's like impossible to beat this because I'm missing something, I'm gonna do it. Or I'm gonna do it until I reach that point, that is. It's a challenge now. This is a challenge run now. Plus it's good practice anyway. If I can do this like this, then I can definitely do earlier stuff. And later stuff too. Jumping in at the deep end. Well, I stunk that up. Oh, but there's a heart. Okay, now no need to get close. No need to get close! There we go. Oh, and I got bombs again. So we can try and spingus the boss with bombs again. Oh! There we go. The colors in this game are nice. I mean, there's only so many colors you can have on the NES, but they picked. Oh yeah, see, the bomb is good. Bomb is the way to go. Now I just have to. Oh god. Nope. Couldn't bomb it the last time. Oh. Ah! Why did I do that? Gosh dang it. You want to make a Zelda-like with a built-in randomizer? Isn't that just what a roguelike is? Basically. Or roguelite. I don't know how people like to refer to that genre anymore. This really is a boss in it, Biss says. Yeah. Spingus. Oh! Oh, that's a nice power up. Well, this is not ideal. I got much better items in that room last time. Well, I'm gonna die, but I'll give it a shot. Whoops! Have there be a normal game you beat first? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Yeah, I know what randomizers do. I've been around the block. I've never been interested in them myself, but... because you can't use a guide, and I would get lost and frustrated, and be very unhappy, and probably feel sick trying to play a randomizer for a game like this. Because I feel that I end up feeling that way with these games anyway. So, feeling that way with no recourse for it, like not being able to look anything up, would be the opposite of fun. Getting lost or stuck in a game makes me feel like physically ill. So, getting lost and stuck in a game that would be impossible to have a guide for to get me out of it would just be hell, and I would not like that. Well, I spungused all that up. At least I got some bombs. Good job. Plus, I don't often want to replay games enough in the first place to replay it even without any changes to it. So, I think I'm missing all of the prerequisites to be interested in randomizers. There's not any games that I know well enough that I would be able to figure out a randomizer, I guess. Because I wouldn't even know where the items were supposed to be. So, you kind of have to know the game very well as well, I recall. You wouldn't do a randomizer of a game that you'd never played before, or that you'd, like, didn't know like the back of your hand. I'm really not very good at this, am I? Just doesn't... I guess on no level does a randomizer seem like anything appealing to me. I have absolutely no interest in it on any level. Whoops, don't go that way. That was just where the map was. I'm probably gonna beat this boss and it's gonna turn out that that's not even like the main path of the dungeon. Gosh dang it. I was so close to not taking damage. But then I took damage. And all I got was rupees. I don't need no stinking rupees. Not right now, I don't. At least I don't lose those. Only lose my dignity. That was a good job, wasn't it? Bad rupee sound? What's wrong with the rupee sound? Jan. I miss in the Game Boy games where when there's something to get in the room, like when you still have a key or something to find in the room, there's a little chime that plays. That's something I sorely miss playing this game. Wow, I guess I'll just die. We're playing most of the other Zelda. Most of the other Zelda games don't do that. I don't know why. That was a good feature. I was trying to kill those guys so I could, but I have to. I'm trying to kill those guys to see if they'll drop any more items for me, but doesn't sound like the usual rupee sound. Well, I mean, at this point, it was the usual rupee sound because there was no other rupee sound. Although I guess the Famicom version had different sound effects. Because it had, like, it used disc. So they could put disc quality stuff on it. They use weird little proprietary floppy disks. Rather than the cartridges. The music was different too. I kinda like... Some of the sound effects in that version I like better, and some of them I like better in this one. I remember listening to all of them. I think on the cutting room floor. The cutting room floor wiki had all of those, and you could compare them. So that was interesting going through. Or, excuse me, the Famicom itself didn't use discs. That was the Famicom disk system that Zelda was on. Let me get my facts straight here. Famicom and Famicom disk system were two separate things. Like when they tried to, well, they did in Japan make a disc thing for the Nintendo 64 as well. It was similar to that, where it's just an add-on. Nintendo didn't do discs outside of Japan until the GameCube, which at that point it wasn't an add-on, and it was just how it was. Oh crap, I just realized I'm taking damage there. Missed. Almost got it again. I get it down to one head, and then... get spinked. Link is so fast compared to the armored enemies. I think that's why I end up running into them, probably. Let's give it another go. Slowly but surely, I'm getting better at this. Okay. Also, the NES controller is more comfortable than I used to think it was when I was younger. I always figured that it would be really uncomfortable because it was square. But it's actually one of my favorites, now that I've used it more extensively. NES controller's pretty nice. My favorite of all, of course, is the Super NES controller. I love that one. That's my very favorite controller nowadays. Also, they did a really good job with the NES controllers for those NES Classic Edition. I happen to have an actual NES controller, and I held like them both at the same time, this one and that one, and they look like outwardly look identical, other than the back has like some different information on it on this version, of course. And they're weighted exactly the same. The buttons feel exactly the same to press. They did a very good job. Apparently, they did a less good job with the Switch one. Like, it's too heavy, and like the buttons don't feel right. Well, it's heavier because it's got a battery in it, of course. It's got the, you know, the same battery that Joy-Cons have in them. It doesn't feel as nice. Ah, stinking. GameCube Babby Disc. And apparently, it's like... it's got some input lag, like more so than controllers usually have on the Switch. Which doesn't exactly add to it either. Oh, why did I do that? I hope they do a better job with this Super NES one. Which, I mean, they announced it a while ago, like months ago. As far as I know, they still haven't even released it. They've never, I've never, you'd think that would be a big announcement, like, oh, they're out now. And I've never seen that. And like last time I looked on the website to see when they were gonna come out, like there was no info on when that was going to be. So I don't know what's up with that. It's a little bit odd. Because I really like the Super NES controller, so I would potentially get that if it turns out good. Although I think it's, again, like, the Switch doesn't accept use of that controller unless you're playing Super NES online, so it would be kind of limited use. And that would be stinky. I mean, I guess I could use it on the computer, but I don't know how often I would do that, so probably still won't get it. Probably cheaper just to... there's an adapter that 8-Bit Do makes that allows you to use Wii Classic controllers with the Switch. That would probably be less expensive and more useful for me. Because I already have the Wii Classic compatible versions. So I just get the adapter that use it for Switch. Which Nintendo should have made themselves. Aw, dang. Oh! I did it! That was the real boss. Hey! Look at that! I did it! There's still an item somewhere in that dungeon. Which I obviously don't have. Wow, he comes out and ambushes me immediately. So... oh no. Oh dangus. Oh, I'll get out of here. So I'll have to come back there eventually. I'm gonna take the win on this. And we'll just put a bookmark in that and come back to it later. Because obviously I don't need that item yet. Because that wasn't even where it's supposed to be yet. I'm not faring any better outside than inside. Oh, you wanted to... oh, never mind. I don't know where the first dungeon is. I don't know where it is! Just know it's dangerous to go alone. So I take this. Maybe it's this way? Remember it being kind of easy to get to. So years ago when I thought I had found the first dungeon, I had instead found the third one. I'm just getting spumbused all over the place. I think I've gone too far northeast. Isn't this a weird looping area? I mean, I'm northeast from the start. So... But yeah, I remember the bridge. Oh yeah, that's something I just realized. So you know in Mario Maker, how they put Link in it? You know how normally in this game he walks like this with the sword, with the shield in front of him? I knew something looked weird. Like, well, I know they changed the design on the shield, but I knew something looked weird. It's because he walks and you see the shield from the side, like he's holding it sideways. I didn't piece it together until I started playing this. I realized, oh yeah! Link do that. I knew there was more that was wrong with how they changed the design than just the fact that the shield was the wrong design. It's that you're not even supposed to see the design on it most of the time. Oh. Why they gotta do it like that? Oh. Disgusting. I can't even get there because I keep getting bumbused. West of Bumbust. Bumbusing. Well, one thing that is nice is that you get to bring your keys with you. Oh yeah, now I remember. The first dungeon is blue. It's got the dudes with the two swords in them. Or, that they hold. I don't think they have the swords in them. There's a painting I made of this dungeon. I should have known. Y'all want to see the painting I made of this dungeon? I can bring that up. Would everyone be interested to see my painting of level 1 of Legend of Zelda? Because I can bring that up if you want. You gotta push. Eyes emoji? Seems like Queen of Glitch would like to see it. Eastmost Peninsula is the secret. Okay, thanks, old man. Okay, let's before we keep going too far here. Let's get that for you. Let's see, it should just be on my computer. drew this in 2017, I think? So a few years ago now. Towards the end of 2017. I think it's called... Zelda... Is it this one? I don't want to pick the wrong one and have it be like something I don't want to show. Yeah, it is this one. Zelda Art 1. Oops, let's make that smaller. Transform, fit to screen. There you go. There's my painting of this dungeon. We all like it. Yeah, so that was from November 2017, December 2017, something like that. I like this one still. I think it turned out pretty good. Skeleman has swords, yeah. that's my. So those little dudes with those little skeleton dudes that you were seeing, that's what I drew. Those little pixel buddies. So many swords. Something about this feels era appropriate. Yeah, I tried to do it like the style that the art for this game was done in. These look like little bearded men. Oh, I got the boomerang. It's a really nice animation for NES, the way the boomerang spins. Looks like a magic lamp. Uh-oh, Wall Masters. There's a million of them. I didn't remember that those were in this game. Alright, time for, this is what I was expecting. And dirt. Spookin says, totally seem like the same style. Well, thank you. I guess there's supposed to be an item somewhere in this dungeon, too. This is weird because it's like, because the items like are not necessary for the dungeon. Like, because usually you end up getting them just in the course of going through the dungeon because they're needed to get through the dungeon. Whereas in this game, that was not how it worked. However, you also still want to stock up on keys. Which is also what the bats are called. Yeah, so here's the little skeleton guy I drew. So it looks like that. Or that. And you can see he has two swords. So I knew what I was doing. Alright, let's just explore the dungeon, because I don't know. As that one Adventure Time game is called. They really tried to make the titles of those Adventure Time games like the lol so random. type of thing, didn't they? They had what, hey Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage? And then they had explore the dungeon because I don't know. I think there was more Adventure Time games, at least one more. But I don't recall the title. Hey Ice King, why'd you steal the garbage? I replayed that game recently. I still like it. It's also the only game I know of that got a simultaneous DS and 3DS release. Yeah, okay. It's kind of unusual for that. I think there may have been some other licensed games that did that. But don't quote me on that. I don't think any like major, I don't think any games that were not, you know, licensed properties did that. There's Adventure Time games? Yeah, the only one that's kind of worth playing, in my opinion, is the first one, which was Hey Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage? Which is the one that I replayed, because I own it now. It's basically a lot like Zelda 2. Alright, here's where the item will be. It even like has some of the same like audio cues in the music as Zelda 2 had. Oh, the bow, that's useful. I'm gonna want that for fighting the dragon, potentially. Oh, and here's where we got the side-scrolling sections that were brought back in Link's Awakening. Ouch. Yeah, I recommend Adventure Time, Hey Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage? If you like Adventure Time. You'll probably enjoy that game. It's pretty short. 100% completing it, and the 100% completed just regular mode and New Game Plus, and it was maybe 8 hours total. It's a pretty short game. Only had access to them at a point in my life where I was sick of seeing it advertised on Cartoon Network, and as a result soured my opinion of Adventure Time as a whole. Oh. I always liked Adventure Time. It was my kind of thing. Oh, I don't have any arrows, so I can't use... I cannot use the bow. I can't wait to bomb some dragons! So this was also the first boss of Oracle of Seasons. There we go. Yeah, I cheesed the boss because I have bombs early. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, speaking of games for cheap, my best story of getting a game for a good price was at the used game store. I got, so I wanted to, I played through The World Ends With You already from the library, and I wanted to own it. And I found it at the used game store, and they were selling it for $15, and it was like a perfect copy of it. It had the manual, everything was in perfect condition. $15 for that game. Like, I have to just imagine they didn't know what they had, because that game should be worth considerably more than $15. Like, probably approaching or surpassing $100 for a copy like that. For that game. So I got extremely lucky because I was like, oh well, like I I guess it didn't dawn on me how rare that game was. Like, I expected, I was like, oh, we'll just go to the used game store and I'll find that game. And lo and behold, I did, and it was only $15, and then I realized, whoa, wait, that's not what price I should have gotten that game for. Which dungeon does this way lead to? Probably not Dungeon 2. You bought a World Ends With You copy for $5? Also, hello, Ash. You thought the boulders were cooked turkeys? They sold you Kirby's Dream Collection for $3. You got... wow. That's a good one. I remember... So when I first got my Wii, which was in, like, 2012, I wanted to get Kirby's Return to Dreamland. But that game, it turned out, had a very limited production run. So it was a rare game, and all copies of it, like, you could get a used copy with no box, it's just the disc, like nothing, it's just disc and nothing, and that would be like $100. So no chance you're getting it in the box or anything, unless you want to really shell it out. But then, thank goodness, they re-released the game on the Wii U as a digital thing. And then prices of the physical one went way down because you could now, it like really devalued it because now you could get it for a lot cheaper on the Wii U digitally. So, I think a lot of people just replaced their physical copy with the digital Wii U one. And then like, oh, we'll sell it. So suddenly you have a ton more people selling Kirby's Return to Dreamland physical copy, and so the price of it went way down. And anybody who was already selling it probably like no longer was going to be able to sell it because people could just get it for way cheaper on the Wii U. So that was a very good thing that happened. The copy I got wasn't like perfect condition, but it was also less than Kirby's Return to Dreamland originally cost, and it was like the physical copy, and it was in pretty good condition, and that was like way better than I was going to be able to get in the past. So. This is a good game to just kind of talk over, isn't it? This is kind of a chill game to play. Well, so is Nier. I end up just kind of talking about stuff while playing Nier as well, which I'm going to play after this. Buy something, will ya? That's... Okay, can somebody confirm for me, is this just the same shield that I already have, or is it an upgrade? I mean, it looks the same. I don't remember how upgrading the shield works. I just remember Elfie earlier mentioned that you'd have to upgrade your shield to block certain projectiles. I guess it would be good to buy arrows. Anybody know? I'm gonna go ahead and buy arrows for now. But we'll keep this in mind if I can get a better shield here. Well, I can't get that heart piece yet. Oops, wrong item. Oh yeah, you want to know how arrows work in this game, by the way, if you haven't seen it before? You'll notice that you don't, like, collect arrows. You buy them there. But you notice I didn't, like, buy an amount of them, I just bought arrows. So, if you've never seen this before, tell me what is your guess? If you've seen this before, obviously you know, but... What's your guess as far as how arrows work? You wanna put something out there? You're gonna... It's kind of a surprise, or at least it was for me the first time I found out about it. Oh, you know already? Does anybody in the chat not know how it works? Infinite arrows? Oh, well, Queen of Glitch spoiled it. Yeah, it's rupees. Each arrow costs a rupee. So you need loads of money. There. Ash didn't know. Yeah, arrows are just rupees. Which is a weird system. Well, arrows don't grow off trees, you know. I suppose. Apparently rupees do, though. I killed it. I'm just going in a big circle here, aren't I? Ah, stinking. You like to think he just sticks the rupees in his bow and then fires them. I have I have absolutely no idea where I'm going. I have no idea where Dungeon 2 is. No idea in the slightest. Is there an overworld map you get? Nope. All you get is up there in the top corner where it just shows you where you are. You don't get any more detail than that. That is it. So you had to make your own. Good feature, helpful. You get to know which pixel of that rectangle you're in. The rectangle that has no defining features. Yeah, no clue where level 2 is. Woo! Just leaving. Oh. What is this place? I don't have the item where you can just burn stuff yet. The magic rod. Is Dungeon 2 this way? I seem to recall that being the case. Grab something, will ya? Oh, there's the candle. Oh yeah, it wasn't a magic rod in this one yet, it was candle. Candle for burn stuff. I know there's a tree somewhere you have to burn. I'm pretty sure it's just the one. There's one tree that must be burnt. So no ice rod, just fire rod. Yeah, it's kind of like the fire rod. It's like you don't like shoot fire out, you kind of just put fire in front of you. So it's kind of like the proto fire rod, but it's a candle. I need a little bit more rupee. Come on, give me some little rupee. Need some more rupee. It is not a lamp equivalent, it is fire rod equivalent. And then I can burn that one tree that needs to be burned. Which I don't remember where that is exactly. It's just somewhere where there's green trees. Oh, maybe this is level 2, let's find out. Let's play a money-making game. No, this is just... You can cheese this with save states. By the way. But I don't really feel like doing so. Let's play it legit. Oh dang! Well, I did it. Well, that worked out. I needed just a couple more rupees, and now I got like 1 billion more rupees. Rewind time. Alright. So yeah, now we can burn stuff. Yeah, you just... That's what the... But I think you can only do it once per screen. You have to leave the screen, and then you can do it again. Which is obnoxious. And weird. I'm not sure why that's the case. But yeah, there's like at least one thing you have to burn. There may have been more than one, but I only remember one. You just fire. Yep. You see how many little bushes there are in this game? And one of them you can burn. And you have to leave the screen and come back to try and do another one. There's a reason why some people consider this game a bit archaic now. I mean, some people still like it, some people think it has not aged the best. I don't know which bush to burn. I just remember it's one that's... I can only know how to guess at all because I've been through this before. All I remember is just that it was one that was out in the middle by itself. There we go. It's a secret to everybody. Well, this was not a necessary one, but there's an idea. Typing hard. Zelda 1 suffers from sell them a guide type of game design. Except for I'm not sure that this game even had a guide, like, when it came out. Like, it was, like, I don't think people did game guides yet at that point. I mean, maybe there was Nintendo Power already, although by my understanding, this was earlier than Nintendo Power. So it was kind of just figure it out, loser, game design, as opposed to sell a guide. Oh, whoops. Don't quote me on that, though. I obviously was not born at the time, so I'm only just talking about it in a historical way. By the time Zelda 2 was out, I remember hearing about that there was the Nintendo Power guide that people used. Aha, another one. It's very tedious. That's the one that you mentioned at the beginning of the stream. Pay me for the door repair. My uncle apparently drew out a map of everything when he played it. Yeah, that's a story I hear all the time. Is people just drawing their own maps when playing the original Zelda. People just kind of did it on their own. Because, you know, back then, Zelda would be the only game you had, and so... so... You'd just play it. And you'd just play it so often that eventually you figure it all out. I don't know if I get if that's the shield. Door repair guy is a thing that sort of makes sense in universe, but is such a dick move in game design. Give me that fairy. It's a secret to everybody. I think one of the dungeons is hidden this way, basically. I think is what is going on here. I think that's what I remember. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. That's why I wanted people here to help me figure out where to go. I wanted to use chat instead of a guide this time. Oh, one of those probably opens. No? Oh, I guess it's right next to another one that opens, so probably not. Ah! Yeah, no. You have never played this version, your only advice is hit monster, says Ash. Spoopkin says, I don't know anything about this game, sorry. I had a couple people helping me out earlier, but they don't seem to be here now. When I need more help again. They were here when I was just pooping around in level 3 where I didn't need to be yet. Now I need to figure out how to get to level 2. Nobody's here just to tell me. Interesting that there's so many people that haven't played this game though. I thought this game was so ubiquitous that everyone would have played it before. Hello, Shan. Shan, have you ever played this game before? Do you know this game very well? Shan is fresh. You had a Genesis? Well, when I was growing up, we had nothing. We had no game consoles, so... You've only played bits of it? Oh, okay. I didn't have Sega, I didn't have nothing. You tried playing it but gave up? Yeah, I have beaten this before, but again, I had a world map I was looking at. So this is my first time trying to play it with just not using a map or anything. I end up going in circles. Let's try and find some direction I haven't been in yet. I also think there's some cryptic wall you have to bomb somewhere to do something as well. Like outside of a dungeon. It's been so long since I played it. That rupee got stuck. Yep, it did. That happened to me a couple times earlier, too. I don't know why there's the weird limit on the candle that you can only use it once per screen. You're like me with not having consoles. Yeah, we also had a computer, but it was kind of, for a long time, I didn't really get to use it either, so I kind of just didn't have video games for a while. Yeah, I also kind of just played a lot of, a lot of my early game memories was just watching my mom play things. Why don't we go across this little bridge and see what's over there? I mean, if all else fails, we can go back to level 3 and see if I can find the item there. Now that I'm powered up slightly. Oh, what's in this room? Nothing. I like the little happy face. It's cute. Oh, these look suspicious. Maybe one of these is a thing. Not that one. No. Okay, not those. These ones, gotta be one of these, right? They're so suspicious. Maybe I just missed it. No, that's not that one. Let's try the other one. I remember there being a weird little maze in this area. No? Well, never mind. Thought they were trying to telegraph something to me, but of course not. This is Zelda. Or the original Zelda. We don't telegraph things in this game. Telegraphing? What's that? This is a looping area and you gotta go through it the right way. It doesn't even play a sound when you do each one correctly. And nothing visually changes either, so it's kind of... they'll stink. Well, at least I kill everything. I don't remember what the combination was. Oh god. He relights the candle each time before crossing the threshold. I had some games that I played that came out of a cereal box on the computer. And they were on little mini discs like the GameCube. There's no way to tell if I'm doing this right whatsoever. I think has a cross on his shield. Yes, he does. This just sends you back here. This one I think I'm just gonna have to look up, because there's no way I'm gonna guess this. Legend of Zelda three-way path combination. Lost Woods. In the Legend of Zelda. Simple looking cross-section of dead trees. North, west, south, west. North, west, south, west. Oh, I guess I have to start from the beginning. I have to leave and then do that. It also may be locked off to me until I do that, like, actually have it revealed to me. Nope, it works. I might not, it's possible I'm not supposed to be over here yet. Oops! I'm a poopy head. I'm a pooping butthole. Youch. Streaming was the perfect way to replay this game, so I'm enjoying this. Enemies seem to drop more items when I'm using the bow on them, so let's go for that. Things not looking so good. Okay. There we go. Okay, north. West. South. West. If you played Breath of the Wild, you might remember these guys. Lionels. Oh, mama. How are the moblins shooting so many arrows with only 0 to 1 rupees each? Yeah, some of them don't even have any rupees. And then they only have 1. So many Lionels. Imagine that many Lionels in Breath of the Wild in one area. Octoroks were in Breath of the Wild as well. Although they were a bit different than usual. They were more definitely just octopuses. You probably remember the Moblins as well. God, there's just a billion arrows shooting at me right now. Whoops, wrong way. Start over. North. West. Oh, dangus. South. West. Oh, we're leaving, Steven. Oh. Ghost immediately came out of that the moment I tried to touch it. There's one of those you have to move. Also, I'm not going to go that way first. This time I'm going to explore a little bit more, see if there's anything else I'm missing. What happened to those people who knew how to play this game? I need them back! Where did you go? Well, not knew how to play it, but knew where to go. Oh, we went over here earlier, didn't we? Yeah, something about the grave. Let's explore this area some more. See if there's anything I'm missing. Boosh. What's over here? Pay me and I'll talk. Sounds like she's like hiding some illicit information. Oh, so this is where I was supposed to learn that from, but I don't have the money for it. So I've been spending it on arrows. North. West. South. West. This has gotta be the way I'm supposed to go. So those are wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Oh dang. Wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Oops a daisy. Look at those white trees. Ghost trees? Why do I keep trying to push them from the front? I know that makes me die. I don't know, isn't there a flute I'm supposed to play or something in the graveyard? I mean, nobody here knows. I would like to try and find the second dungeon. before I end the stream today, but I don't know if we're gonna find it. I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere. I can't find the dungeon, no. I'm losing my mind. How did you touch me? You were in the water and I wasn't. You'll look it up. You'll be the guy in the chair. Woo. This is kind of one of those games where more than one person trying to figure out is good. It's the kind of game you don't want to play just by yourself. A bomb. Whoops. Why did I do that? North. West. South. West. They removed the screen scrolling like that from the Link's Awakening remake. And I was kind of disappointed about that. That's just kind of a classic, iconic Zelda thing. It doesn't... it feels like it loses a little bit of something from not doing that. Your fingers are itchy. That doesn't sound good. Aha! Oh, this is level 6! We're not ready for this. Yeah, no thanks. That's the last dungeon, I think. Or are there 8 dungeons? How many dungeons are in this game? So this is the wrong way. I think I've explored everything to the right. As you can see on the map, I'm like at the bottom. It's just kind of a big loop. Well, now we know where level 6 is, at least. Nothing special needed to get there. Hands are dry from the dry air of wintertime. My face ends up getting dry, but not my hands. Although I don't think it's winter. My face seems to just be dry all the time. That's an ongoing struggle. I think it's just my head in general. Like especially, particularly the top of the head. That's always lovely. But I don't have issues with my hands. This is just a person-to-person thing. Some people don't end up with dry skin anywhere. At any time of the year. You don't know this game. We're looking for the location of level 2. Where is level 2? Oh, mama. See if I can get back into the area I was in. I think I'm supposed to bomb this thing here. I don't think I burn it, because I think it's the rock. Never mind. Oh, there's the ferry. I remember that being somewhere around here. You will try to look now? It's the green forest northeast of where you start the game. Well, that's also where Dungeon 1 was, so I guess that makes sense. Well, we're northeast of where we started. So let's keep looking over here. That's out of the green forest. Somewhere around here, maybe. Yeah, this looks like it'll lead me there. Aha! This must be it. Alright. Well, that was easy enough. Oh, here's the ropes. It always amuses me that snakes in Zelda are just called ropes. Nothing. You ever beat the level 3 boss? Yes, I did. So I wandered around for half an hour trying to find level 2 after I beat level 1. Snick rope. Okay, maybe not a half hour, but it felt like it. Oh, this one's shaped like a moon. Look at the moona. Nothing else in here? Okay, I mentioned liking the NES controller, but the D-pad is starting to hurt my finger now, so maybe I like it less than I thought I did. Alright, thanks for being here, Spoopkin. The heck is this? Oh, it's an enemy. Bombs are good for it too. At least it doesn't shoot at me like that other thing. Although its body is the same sprites as the shots from the other thing, I'm pretty sure. Boy, that key was really visible, wasn't it? Boy, it was so easy to see that key. Ah! You stop now. I'm looking for the item of this dungeon. I know where the boss is. Uh-huh. So very smart I am. Uh-huh. Intelligence. Never mind. Remember when you played Link's Awakening? You activated... You remember when AI played Link's Awakening? Remember when I played Link's Awakening? I activated a chest by mistake and permanently got the red suit. Isn't the red suit good? Tracksuit? There's actually, well, there was two you could pick. One of them gave you better attack and one of them gave you better defense. I don't remember which was which. I always went for the better defense one. Because I am a babby and I cannot avoid getting hit in Zelda. I'm a babby when it comes to Zelda. The enemies can't hurt you if they're dead. Well, yeah, well they hurt me because I get hurt by them when I try to attack them. So I needed more defense so I'd have time to fight them. Because I am like a small child and I do not understand how to play Zelda games without running into enemies. Like, look! Oh, the animation stayed on the screen for a long time. Look how much I stink at this. I don't know how you would have gotten a red or blue suit in the original Game Boy version because it was all black and white. Well, slightly green tinge, but you know what I mean. Oh, I need that. Oh, please, I need that. No, I didn't! Damn it! Hey, Biss. Was missing you. Good to have you back. See, what did I tell you? See, I told you it wasn't just because I was on level 3 too early. It's just this is just how I play Zeldan. Zeldump. Zeldans. You're back with sun cream? Is Biss in the... Are you in the sun? Aha, I stopped you now. You'll be in the sunlight tomorrow. These guys really got a lot of health. Oh, do I get a better boom? A better boomeranger? Just goes farther. Boomerang. I need to see 2 of your favorite SCPs, and one of which crosses them over. Dodongo dislikes smoke. Which is the worst. This is the worst hint in any Zelda game. Dodongo dislikes smoke. What? It should have said, put the bomb in Dodongo's mouth and make him eat it. They'll hate that. It'll be a funny prank. Here's an idea. Play a funny prank on Dodongo by making him eat your bombs. It will be hysterical, and everyone will love it. Oops. If Link can piss, why did they use a sword? Excuse me, Biss? Okay. Thanks, Biss. Pretty sure this was the item of the dungeon. This better boomerang. The better-rang. As it were. Definitely do not have the Pegasus boots. Dodongo's least favorite breakfast is bombs. That's what the hint should have been. That's a one hell of a translation error. Dodongo dislikes smoke. How do you even end up with a translation error like that? There he is. There's Dodongo. Look at that face. Oh, and he's so easy too. That's the easiest Dodongo fight in all of Zelda, I think. Unlike most creatures, Dodongo dies if they have a bomb put in their stomach. I like, speaking of Link's Awakening, I like the Dodongo snakes. You know, those weird lumpy little round things. Ouch. Well, that could have gone better. Well... I'm gonna go ahead and save. And that's gonna be it for Zelda today. We beat 3 dungeons. Although next time we're gonna go back to the 3rd one and see if I can find the item in it, because I didn't get that last time. Yeah. You can't believe Dodongo snake is the real term? Yeah, that's what they're called. Those little orb things with the weird mouths that squelch around the room. And you put bombs in them. Those are Dodongo snakes. Dodongos are cute, Shan says. They just call anything that suffers from the ingestion of explosives a Dodongo. Laid low by stomach bombs, just like Naked Snake. Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed that. I really enjoyed this stream. This was very good. I guess I'll play it again next week. And once I beat this game, I will play Link to the Past, which I've also only played once. And although it'll be more interesting to play the Super NES version of it because I've played only the Game Boy Advance version, and they are slightly different. So yeah, that's coming up. And for now, if you stick around for a couple minutes, I will set up the PS4, and we'll do more Nier Automata, which I'm looking forward to. Oh, and speaking of which, Biss, see if you can get Arrow to come over for that one. Let Arrow know that I'm going to be streaming that. See if she's available. Yeah, and then next week will also be just more of the stuff I've been playing. More Black Mesa, more Hobbit, more Nier, more of this, and Super Mario Maker 2 with Cassie. So yeah. Thank you, everyone. I will be right back with Nier Automata. So sit tight, and I will be right with you.